What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and today I want to talk about something Shannon Sharpe had to say. Now, he returned with Nightcap last night, and he spoke about Skip Bayless leaving Undisputed severing ties with Skip Bayless at the end of this summer. And um, you could check that out on his channel, the full video in its entirety. But that ain't what I want to talk about. I want to talk about him addressing the reports that's coming out that him and Stephen A. Smith have been causing tension behind the scenes. Now, Shannon Sharpe, he was caught off guard that this is even a thing because he talked about who he deals with directly. Sounds like Shannon Sharpe deals with the higher ups, and that's it. And I said this when I spoke about Shannon Sharpe earlier. He has Nightcap going, he's got Club Shay Shay going, and business wise, Shannon is in a different place than he was when he signed on with Skip Bayless. So this isn't the same Shannon Sharpe who would have just been happy with a permanent opportunity at ESPN back in 2012. This is not the same Shannon Sharpe. This is a guy who understands that when he arrives somewhere, then the numbers is going to go through the roof at this point in his career. And he's treating it as such. Now, if they're saying Shannon Sharpe is being difficult to work with because he's good with his business, we understand that that's been language used for people of color who know their value for a long time. But he's saying pretty much, that's if anything, is that. But he hasn't been difficult to work with, is what he's saying. And he said he don't make no decisions even about the topics over there. He said Stephen A. Smith calls all the shots over there. So without further ado, we're gonna listen to Shannon Sharpe, what he had to say in response to that.
And there's this notion that, oh, the Shannon and Stephen A is calling tension. I'm like, what kind of tension? The only people that's ever heard my voice on the phone, B.I., Bob Iger, CEO of Disney, Jimmy Pitaro, basically number two, him and Burt Magnus, and Dave Roberts. I've been to New York 5 times in the studio. Ash has been with me every time. Jordan's been with me every time. I walk in there, I nod, I speak, I get my clothes out the closet, go into the green, go into our room, I get dressed, I go to the show, I do the show, I go home. They came to how many times did they come to LA, Ash? 2, 3? Yeah, a lot of times, most of the time when I'm doing the show, Ocho, I'm doing it just like this. I'm in the box.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out, I've never been on a call. I've never been on a call. When they're discussing topics, Shannon Sharpe has never been on a call. So I'm just trying to figure out how I'm causing confusion when I'm never there. Nope. I want the producer, Jordan, to tell you, I come sit in my chair 5 minutes before. I get my earpiece in. I do my sound check. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Testing, testing, test. We good? Okay, I go through my routine. Zzz. I do the show, take my earpiece off, that's my earpiece. I'm gone. So I'm trying to figure out where is this coming from, considering I don't talk to anybody but Ash and Jordan, Stephen A. Molly and I carry on a little conversation here and there, but I don't talk to the producers. I don't talk to anybody. They've never heard my voice on the phone. I guarantee you, find a producer that's ever heard my voice on the phone, that's ever talked to me on the phone. Find a producer, find someone that says, man, you know what? I had a conversation for Shannon Sharpe for 5 minutes while I've been at First Take. Find one person. Not Stephen A., not Molly. I talk on the set. I take my clothes off. I hang them back up. We out. I don't know what y'all got against Stephen A., and I don't know why y'all trying to lump me in there. I ain't got no problem. Stephen A.'s been great to me.
Me too.
But I'm hearing this Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. is causing rumblings. What rumblings? I'm in the box. I go into a room, look into the camera, look down the barrel. That's it. I ain't gonna say state your source because I understand how journalism works. You never reveal your source because you're never going to get anything. But I'm just trying to figure out how Shannon and Stephen A. is causing confusion when Shannon A. doesn't choose a topic. They've never heard my voice on the other end of a phone. Bob Iger, Jimmy Pitaro, Burt Magnus, Dave Roberts. That's it.
So Shannon Sharpe basically came out and told his side of the story regarding these reports that's coming out. And I'm wondering, is somebody jealous of Shannon Sharpe over there because they were constantly talking about his money, what he got for his deal. Like I said, they were talking about Shannon Sharpe doing some original NFL programming and extending his role at ESPN. And that isn't just constrained to First Take. He gets to talk about what he wants to talk about. He says Stephen A makes the decisions over there, and as far as he know, he's saying Stephen A ain't causing no tension either now. Stephen A is in contract negotiations. He's been saying things on podcasts, so maybe somebody's throwing that narrative out about him from ESPN that don't like the figure he's talking about or the um, terms of his deal that he wants. But again, like I said, Stephen A is 56 years old. He don't need to be running around trying to cover everything. He need to get paid for First Take, and pretty much what he already doing, like NBA Countdown, stuff like that. Because I think Stephen A might like doing that, but also at this point he has his own platform. Like I always say, Shannon Sharpe got his platform. Um, just because they weren't lowballed or won't allow ESPN to lowball them on deals don't mean that they are being difficult. That means they're being business savvy. And there's nothing wrong with being business savvy because when you locked into that contract, you locked into it and you're expected to show up, do the work, go over and beyond. So I need over and beyond finances to match, your expectation of me going over and beyond. That's all I'm simply saying. Um, but Shannon Sharpe is saying, man, these reports are bogus. I talked to Bob Iger and those people. I don't really talk to the people at ESPN. I talk to Molly. I talk to Stephen A. Um, I guess if him and Ryan Clark and those guys on the show, he probably talked to them for a few minutes. But really, it's about the executives and the producers behind the scenes and different stuff like that. He's saying that he hasn't caused any friction with them because they hadn't talked to him long enough to even know anything about, how he's conducting his business day to day or anything of the sort. But, people talk. And so as an executive close to one of the producers and now they don't like the way that you didn't speak the way they thought you should have spoke. Rumors can come from anywhere, and that's my point. And so Shannon Sharpe sounds like, from his perspective, he's just been a victim of another rumor, the rumor mill, and we know how that stuff gets stirred up. And again, he's been off the last few Monday, Tuesday episodes with Stephen A. Smith. Now, I don't know if that's a ESPN decision or a Shannon Sharpe decision, but that lended to the notion that they were causing issues together and that he was standing with Stephen A. Smith amid these contract negotiations. But it don't even matter. It don't even matter, if he was, if he wasn't. Stephen A. brought him over there and the working dynamic and the agreement was those two would be on together. And Shannon don't want to lessen his appeal on TV if he already got chemistry and breaking records with Stephen A. Smith. Don't put me on with somebody else. One, to try to upstage what me and Stephen A. Smith did. If the numbers stay consistent, then you're able to take that back to a meeting with Stephen A. and say, see, Shannon Sharpe can do these numbers without you. And if Shannon doing that, that's a real one. Also, if the numbers don't do as well, it's like, why would I do that to my brand at this point? Because everything he's touching is gold. And you have to be very particular about what you lend your voice to and everything when you start to ascend. I'll say that. And it's not that you're better than nobody. It's just you've worked from where they're at right now. Sometimes you lend your voice, sure, but Stephen A was out for weeks constantly. And so if Shannon was coming on, he would have done multiple shows on Mondays and Tuesdays without Stephen A. And like I said, those numbers could have went either way, man. But yeah, you heard it from Shannon. So let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time.
Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down.
I'm not going to take it down.
Skip, 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 skip.
skip, 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 skip.